Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome to the final video of the Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland project. And when I say final video, I mean final video of the Let's Play project. Obviously there'll be the follow-ups for GBACE and everything, which don't have that scheduled yet. It is coming up soon. We are beating games and getting closer and closer to the 60th game of the challenge, which is when we'll be playing this, but not quite there yet. So for this video, I'm basically going to be covering the sub-games, which we have technically seen a lot of these sub-games many times before. Just want to kind of say some final things about them, and that'll pretty much be it. When we do go back to GBACE, obviously we'll be covering the extra mode here, and then we'll also cover the unlockable that you get from beating extra mode. And yeah, that'll pretty much be this playthrough. And I'll probably just have like those playthroughs as additional, you know, videos in this playlist, even if they are full-length streams. Or I don't know, maybe if you guys want me to like divide those up into parts, I could do that too, but it's kind of awkward because I don't really see the point of doing that when it's all just there anyway, but that's a discussion for another time. Honestly, I just kind of want to focus on the extra content here. But yeah, here we have the sub-games. I don't think you really unlock anything for beating these further, but you can play them all. You can play them on all the different levels. Basically, each game has a level 1 through 3. The higher the level, the harder it is to win, whether it's due to AI or just, in the case of the air grinding mode, the length of the course. Quick Draw, there's not really a lot to say. It just becomes a game of, you know, the higher the level, the quicker the CPU will react, basically. You just kind of have to find the right timing. And see, one thing you can kind of do is you can kind of figure out how fast you need to get in order to beat this, because I want to say the CPUs will always respond, like each individual opponent will respond at a specific point. So as you can see, for like King DDD here, we got 16, so, you know, 16 should always be good enough. For Meta Knight here, we obviously tied him at 14, which means we have to beat 14 if we want to actually beat him, which we were able to get earlier, but we're not able to get there, unfortunately, so unfortunately we do take a loss to him. I'm not going to really try and beat any of these, I mean, especially this one, because this is just really hard. I do think of the 3 games, Quick Draw is probably the hardest to win. Now, if you have, like, perfect reflexes, then yeah, it's not too bad, but I don't have those. I play Mario Party and I don't have those. It may seem like I do sometimes, but I don't know, I feel like in those instances that usually stems from something else at the very least. I don't know. See, like right there, I tried to predict that he'd actually hit it around that point, because that's the thing. If you predict it at just the right point, you can actually like press the button like right when it hits 0 or 1 or whatever the first number is technically. I remember that was actually a retro achievement in Kirby Superstar, actually getting like a 1-second time, and it was pretty hard to do. But it just, again, it came down to just guessing. Eventually, at some point, if you keep trying, you'll get it. So that's basically what it is. And yeah, see, like, right there, like, Kawasaki on level 3 is faster than Meta Knight on level 1, so yeah, it takes a lot of practice to get this one down. But yeah, that's pretty much Quick Draw, Samurai Kirby, whatever you want to call it. Next up we have is Bomb Rally. Bomb Rally we definitely had some trouble with as we went through this, but and I think the timing is honestly pretty tricky for this as well. especially, like, as the bomb gets faster, like, you get trained to, like, you think you have to hit it faster, but, like, if you swing too early, you're gonna get bombed, and if you swing too late, you're gonna get bombed. So you just have to have the right timing for each of the different speeds, and I honestly think it's pretty difficult. Also, apparently you can, like, change the direction of where you hit your shots. I was trying to do so, but it wasn't working for some reason. I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing. Someone mentioned that in the video comments, and it's just like, yeah, I've been trying to do that, but I even did what they said, and it just still wasn't hitting it to the other direction, so no freaking idea. But yeah, I lost level 2. I know this is level 2, right? Yeah, I think this is level 2, actually. And, oh, that really threw me through a loop right there. Okay, yeah, so I did fail level 2, too. But I did want to go ahead and at least try to win a level, so here's a successful attempt at level 3. And you can just see how fast this freaking gets, too. I think I actually got lucky at a certain point where, like, it just kind of ignored me for a while. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe they just wanted to focus me or something. I don't know. Yeah, look at how fast this gets right here. Thankfully, gave me just enough wiggle room to win that one. So yeah, I was actually able to win at least level 3 for that. Which means we only have one more minigame to showcase, which is the air grind. We're going to do this really quick as well. I've already beaten levels 1 and 2. I don't think we've seen level 3, just because I don't think level 3 is actually shown in the, like, actual story mode for some reason. Which I find really, really weird. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is post-commentary, and there's a funny reason why this is post-commentary. So I recorded this extra video, like, last week, or during the week, rather, and it was, like, the last thing I did during that recording day, and I think it's just because the arena took me a really long time to get right, and, like, as soon as I was done, like, I was already kind of late to get my dinner and everything, so I had to, like, go heat up my dinner and all that, and just get something in my stomach, because I was really, really hungry. I actually forgot to stop recording this audio, and, I did not realize that I, didn't stop recording the audio until 3 days after I recorded this. And, as a result, my Camtasia, which is what I record my audio with. That's the only audio narration tool I use, Camtasia. And literally had this, like, 70-hour audio narration going. And when I tried to stop it, it obviously crashed, so as a result, and I tried to cancel it too, but, like, even then, like, because when you, like, stop an audio, it has to, like, process everything, and yeah, so I lost that entire, like, what ended up being, I think it was, like, a 40-minute recording because of all the arena attempts, and yeah, just, you know, because it was a 70-hour file. So I had to just, like, redo the audio, and I didn't want to record the video again, so I was like, I'll just do a post-commentary video. It's made it seem kind of low effort, but it's just an extra video anyway. But yeah, that was level 3. Level 3 is ridiculously long. I think it's like 40 seconds. Yeah, it's like 45 seconds. Why is it that long? I have no idea. It does not need to be that long. But last, but most certainly not least, we have the boss endurance. This gets unlocked after you beat the game, and it's... You can't really say it's the arena. It's just kind of like any other Kirby boss rush, boss endurance mode that's existed in other Kirby games. You just play through all the bosses, you beat them all, And, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all she wrote about this. So you have to basically just go through all the bosses again. One thing that's kind of cool about this, though, is that you can actually get power-ups in these fights. Including, there's like 6 different power-ups you can get from Paint Roller here. The car gives you wheel, which wheel doesn't really help too much here. I mean, I guess you could, like, roll into him when he's going across the ground, but even then. I don't think Waddle Dee gives you anything, though. Because Waddle Dee normally wouldn't give you anything. Parasol. Parasol is actually really, really good in this fight, because you can just do this. And honestly, Parasol, I think, is very helpful for even, like, the next fight. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. You can also get Mike. When you swallow the microphone, you can get Crash from swallowing the bomb. And I think there's a ball enemy, too, so you can get Ball if you ever want to get Ball. But yeah, look at how easy this is with Parasol. Like, that's painfully easy. Super freaking easy. But yeah, for this one, I always switch to high jump for this one. I think high jump just makes this very easy. Just be careful that you don't take damage. And that's kind of the main thing about this mode anyway. Taking damage early on, at that point you may just even want to restart. Which I hate saying because restarting sucks, no one wants to restart, but like, it just saves so much time doing that, honestly. Because, I don't know, it's just really discouraging getting to the very end when you only have like 1 or 2 hits left and like doing the whole like final stretch of bosses with that amount of health. Especially when you have like Meta Knight, who can be really hard to avoid damage on. And honestly, I think even King Dedede and even the Nightmare fights are hard to do damageless as well. And then here we have Heavy Mole. He gives Hammer, which Hammer is another really good ability. That is not Hammer. I guess that's worth showing, though. I mean, you can get Sleep in this battle if you swallow the red bomb guys. The yellow ones are the ones that give you Hammer. And I think there's actually an achievement for falling asleep during this fight. But surviving. You can't die, obviously. But yeah, this one's not too hard. Like, just get... I mean, you can play it safe and just spit at them. But if you want Hammer, you can just, like... Just, you know, jump forward, attack, and then move back quickly. And that's really all you have to do. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Wait. Oh. Okay, I think I know what that was. Yeah, I think I actually, like, sneezed during that recording or something. So I had to make sure, like, I didn't, like, mess up due to, like, sneezing. So I paused the game and I just edited that out. But yeah, we made it through there. Now we're in Meta Knight. Meta Knight is pretty tough, just because of how unpredictable he can be. I would recommend, like, getting a little aggressive, and you'd be surprised that you can actually, like, hit him when you're, like, not facing him and doing, like, a normal sword strike. It's kind of funny that that even works, but, yeah. It's really not too bad. And then, as you can see, we have Hammer now, which you're probably wondering, wait, how do you have Hammer? If you go into the Meta Knight fight with Hammer, and then if you grab the sword, or really any power-up, it doesn't have to be Hammer specifically, but if you go into, you know, that fight with a power-up and you grab the sword, you won't have sword. You'll have whatever power-up you had before you got the sword. Now, if you got rid of the ability and then picked up sword, then yeah, you'd have sword in this fight. I think, anyway. But, yeah, I just thought that Hammer was a decent one to have for Dedede, so I decided to keep it. You can be kind of aggressive with Hammer, and, you know, whenever he jumps, you can kind of hit him in the air, and then it kind of, like, slows him down a little bit, which is nice. I only have 2 hits for Nightmare, which is kind of scary, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll, see what we can do. For this fight, it's just about staying very observant of where the projectiles go. And be very careful when the screen starts changing color, like it will up here, because notice that some of his projectiles are blue, and notice how blue this part of the background is at this point. So sometimes, like, a few projectiles could get lost without you, like, noticing, so just be kind of careful of that. Oh, yeah, I also want to show this. Yeah, you can, there's dialogue for the Star Rod. I know I read, like, all the, like, copy ability dialogues, but I don't think I read the Star one, so it's just to suddenly appear to the Fountain of Dreams using your final battle against the Nightmares. So yeah, you can use that. You can, little flavor text, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish this up. Nightmare is down. Well, first phase, Nightmare is down. We still have to take on the big boy, the Waluigi Nightmare. And someone actually mentioned this in the comments. I don't know what I'm thinking. I swear, there's times where I get really bad Mandela effect, like, bouts of thinking sometimes. But when it comes to Nightmare, like, you always want to use the stars to hit them in both this game and Kirby's Adventure. I don't know why I thought it was, like, backwards. I think I was thinking of Kirby's Dream Land 2. Because I think, like, in that game, you want to do direct hits, because if you do, you'll kind of, like, explode the little, like, bomb things that surround, like, Zero. And, when you do that, like, that does a little extra damage, I think. So I think that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, if you use just the stars, you can finish them in, like, 6 hits. Like, it does... The stars do that much damage. You just kind of have to find the right timing for some of these blows. Like, I could have probably got him right there, but I missed the timing. But he's honestly not too hard to avoid, like, his attacks, and it's pretty telegraphed. Unfortunately, that was a direct hit, so that didn't really do anything. Missed him there. There we go. Nightmare is defeated. And hey, we actually had 2 health remaining too, so... Even though we lost 3 of our health on Meta Knight, we only lost 1 other piece of health on DDD, and then got through Nightmare without taking damage, which is pretty sweet to me. So yeah, there's our victory screen. You're the champion. And with that, we have finished all the sub-games. I know we didn't beat all of them, but we did finish and showcase all the sub-games of Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland. So, like I said, that's going to do it for this. Next time, we join back with Kirby in this game will be for the GBACE playthrough. Like I said, it should be coming up soonish. Not like this week or anything. Potentially next week. It depends on how a few other games go. But I'll try to, like, post some sort of announcement when it does happen. So if you want to watch it live, you can. And I'll figure out what I want to do with how I'm going to, like, showcase those videos on this channel. I might just do a direct, like, just playlist link. I know that not everybody's crazy about, like, the full-length stream videos, but it just... Since it's for this playthrough, I don't think it really matters too much, honestly. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been SlimKirby. I hope you guys enjoyed this Kirby playthrough. Next time I come back to the Kirby universe, it's going to be for Star Allies. That was going to be the next Kirby playthrough, but obviously this whole thing popped up. But Star Allies will be next, whenever the hell that is. So, yeah, I'll see you guys for that. And until then, this has been SlimKirby, talking to you guys next time. Later, folks.